Before we start, like, share, subscribe for more engaging content. Now let's dive into the world of complex sentences. A complex sentence, as the name suggests, is more complicated than a simple or compound sentence. It's like a puzzle made of different pieces, an independent clause that can stand alone as a sentence, and at least one dependent clause that can't. Think of it like this. The independent clause is a complete meal, while the dependent clause is like a side dish, can't be served alone. Now that you have a basic understanding of complex sentences, it's time to look at some examples. Our first example of a complex sentence is, although she was tired, she still went to the gym. This sentence contains two parts. She was tired is the dependent clause and she still went to the gym is the independent clause. The dependent clause can't stand alone as a complete thought, whereas the independent clause can. The word although at the beginning, known as a subordinating conjunction, links these two clauses together. This sentence beautifully illustrates a contrast between two ideas, her fatigue and her determination to work out. Now, moving on to our second example. The second example is, when the movie is over, we'll go downtown. Here we have a dependent clause, when the movie is over, setting up a condition. It can't stand alone as it doesn't convey a complete thought. Then we have the independent clause, we'll go downtown, expressing a complete idea that can stand alone. This complex sentence expresses a cause and effect relationship. The end of the movie, the cause, triggers the action of going downtown, the effect. The dependent clause sets the stage for the independent clause to deliver the punchline. Let's continue to our third example. The third example is, because my coffee was too cold, I heated it in the microwave. Here, the phrase, because my coffee was too cold, is a dependent clause. It can't stand alone as a complete thought. On the other hand, I heated it in the microwave is an independent clause. It makes sense by itself. This sentence showcases a cause and effect relationship. The cause is the coffee being too cold, and the effect is it being heated in the microwave. Remember, complex sentences are great for expressing such relationships in a concise manner. Let's move on to our fourth example. The fourth example is, I failed my exam because I didn't study. In this sentence, we have two clauses. Because I didn't study is the dependent clause, unable to stand alone as a complete thought. On the other hand, I failed my exam is the independent clause. It's a full sentence that can exist on its own. Here we're showcasing a cause and effect relationship. The failure of the exam, the effect, happened due to a specific cause, the lack of studying. Understanding this dynamic is key when constructing complex sentences. Now let's proceed to our final example. The fifth example is, unless you work hard, success will not be easy. This sentence is another brilliant example of a complex sentence where, unless you work hard is the dependent clause, and success will not be easy is the independent clause. The dependent clause here is setting a condition for the independent clause to happen. It's a classic case of cause and effect, where the cause is working hard and the effect is achieving success. This sentence conveys a profound truth about life in a nutshell, using the power of a complex sentence. Now you have seen 5 examples of complex sentences. And that's complex sentences. Practice makes perfect.